Africa.
Today I want to have an important conversation about the next possible global pandemic. They're calling it Hantavirus. And the question is this virus as deadly as it sounds? Or is this just another scare tactic to induce fear or maybe hyperbole? So today we'll be doing a deep dive to take a look at that. And we'll also be looking at other sources of information that you and I can verify. Okay, so before we jump into the video regarding the deadly virus outbreak on the cruise ship, and again, this is about the hantavirus outbreak, let's take a look and see if there's anything in history that would allow us to see if there's a pattern being reproduced. You know, there's a saying they say, those who don't learn from history are compelled to repeat it. Also, I think, too, that the controllers and the global oligarchs that control this world, one of the things they count on is our short-term memory. So many people won't ask the question when looking at this virus, the hantavirus, they won't ask, did COVID-19 start out the same way? And what we find out is that COVID-19 did, in fact, happen the same way as hantavirus. So in February 2020, the Diamond Princess cruise ship experienced a major COVID-19 outbreak, with 712 confirmed infections out of 3,711 passengers and crew. So when you do a little bit more research, what you find is that this ship was on the coast of Japan. And as you'll see right here, there were 14 deaths here. So I don't know if the hantavirus is as deadly in the beginning phases as COVID-19, but I think so far there's 3 deaths, and we'll see based on the information if that is correct. But what I really want to establish here is that there's a clear parallel between infectious, deadly viruses being spread and transmissible on cruise ships. COVID-19 started out the same way. So we'll go back to the video and we'll take a look at it.
This morning, a suspected hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship has left 3 people dead and another person in intensive care. According to Ocean-Wide Expeditions, the Netherlands-based operator of the ship, 2 additional individuals on board require urgent medical care.
Hantavirus is a virus transmitted mainly from rodents to humans.
It's the same rare disease that is blamed on the death of Betsy Arakawa, the wife of late actor Gene Hackman, last year. Dr. Kavita Patel says symptoms can take days to appear.
It first manifests with like a cough or shortness of breath or something that's pulmonary, sometimes a fast heart rate, often with a fever. And as the virus kind of gets attack of the body, you can see other symptoms, including sepsis.
The World Health Organization says that while rare, hantavirus may spread between people. The ship is currently docked in the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of West Africa, and the operating company says passengers, including the 2 still on board believed to have the virus, have not been allowed to get off the boat. Adding in a statement, disembarkation and medical screening of all passengers require coordination with local health authorities, and we're in close consultation with them. South Africa's health ministry says the ship took off from southern Argentina about 3 weeks ago with 150 tourists on board, making multiple stops along the Atlantic Ocean between South America and Africa.
I was kind of shocked considering I had just been on it. So
Rachel Harvey was a passenger on the same ship in December.
It's a top of the line ship as far as I'm concerned. I thought it was pristine.
And the State Department saying this morning that the administration is following this outbreak closely and working to determine if any U.S. citizens are affected. Savannah.
All right, Camila, thank you.
The World Health Organization has said that the recent outbreak of the hantavirus should not be a cause for worry, as the virus poses a low risk to humans. Health officials played down fears of a wider global outbreak from the virus, which is less contagious than COVID. Health experts have also echoed the same, saying the risk of spread of this virus is quite low.
We also know that the viruses, new word hantaviruses, cause a disease that we are seeing now called pulmonary syndromes. So the main targeted organ are the lungs, and it is believed also the heart to a lower extent. And the fatality rate is around 40%, which is why people are so scared, probably. And for old world hantaviruses, though, the pathology is quite different. So they mainly affect kidneys, and the fatality rate is much lower. It is between 1 to 15%. So it's same viral family, different virus species that cause different type of diseases depending on the species and where you contracted.
The cruise ship has been at the center of an international health scare since Saturday, when the WHO was informed that 3 passengers had died and the suspected cause was hantavirus. The rare respiratory disease is usually spread from infected rodents, typically through urine, droppings, and saliva.
The most important thing is not to create panic. So as I said, this virus is not new, and the fact that people are hearing about it or them for the first time means the transmission is very low. It doesn't happen often, and so I would suggest the public not be informed, get information from the right media, and not to draw to any conclusion like cancel all the holidays, start stockpiling or any goods. This is not where we are now.
Laboratory testing in South Africa and Switzerland confirmed the cases from the ship were the Andes strain of the hantavirus, the one only known to pass between humans. The passengers began falling ill a month ago.
This morning, uncertainty and fear at sea.
And what's happening right now is very real for all of us here.
Nearly 150 passengers, including 17 Americans, are trapped on a cruise ship off the coast of West Africa. According to the World Health Organization, 7 possible cases of hantavirus have now been identified aboard the NV Handius. The outbreak has killed 3 people, including a husband and wife, another person in intensive care on land, and the WHO saying this morning that 2 other patients on board the ship are being prepared for medical evacuation, while another on board just has mild symptoms.
As a precaution, passengers have been asked to remain in their cabins while disinfection and other public health measures are carried out.
American Jake Rosemarin posted this emotional plea.
We're not just a story. We're not just headlines. We're people. People with families, with lives, with people waiting for us at home.
Hantavirus is usually spread by rodents and can lead to severe respiratory illness.
There are no specific medicines to treat hantavirus, no antivirals, and so we simply support them with oxygen, with fluids, and trying to get fluid out of the lung.
This morning, experts saying they believe the initial patient and his wife joined the cruise in Argentina.
Our assumption is that they were infected off the ship, perhaps doing some activities there. Many of the people on board were doing bird watching. They were doing, a lot of things with wildlife.
And that there was human-to-human transmission on board. Right now, as the ship's operator figures out next steps, everyone on board is stuck waiting and hoping the virus is contained.
All we want right now is to feel safe, to have clarity, and to get home.
And in a news statement, the ship's operator, Oceanwide Expedition, said in part that strict precautionary measures are in process on board, including isolation measures, hygiene protocols, and medical monitoring. The World Health Organization, which is working to evacuate the sick people on board to the Netherlands for medical care, says the risk to the public is low.
So we're not at a global pandemic level just yet. But if there's anything we can learn from the past, it's that COVID-19 didn't happen overnight. There were gradual increases and upticks in infections, and we're hoping that hantavirus doesn't do the same thing. So let's stay alert, let's stay healthy, and let's stay aware. And if you happen to be going to a grocery store or a foreign country, or perhaps you're traveling in the park, or maybe you're just going about your day and you come across someone and they are sweating like crazy, like they've been in a sauna, or perhaps they're coughing, you might want to run. But in all seriousness, let me know what you think in the comment section. Specifically, do you think we'll see a return to social distancing measures? Let's put a question on that one. Thanks for watching.
And that's all for today's update. If you found this video helpful or informative, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want to stay ahead with the latest updates, insights, and breaking developments, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about this situation? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Now, Africa.